Hi everybody, I'm just going to start out with the clip first. So.
Not buying it.
Is that real time?
No way. Yeah, there's no way.
Pretty sure all of you were pretty amazed by that. I mean, I was when I first saw it, but today I'm here to inform you about the history of Rubik's Cubes and help explain how it became so popular. First, I'll talk about who invented the Rubik's Cube. How do you turn that off? Because I actually need the overhead too.
Okay. You just have to hit these on the remote.
Okay.
Second time.
Thank you. Okay, the Rubik's Cube was created by a guy named Erno Rubik, who was born in Budapest, Hungary. He invented the cube in the spring of 1974 in his hometown. He originally was working on a model to help explain a three-dimensional geometry, and he ended up creating the best-selling toy. He called the toy a magic cube originally, and he patents the magic cube, and then he begins the mass production through a toy manufacturer called Polytechnica. The magic cube was renamed the Rubik's Cube by the Ideal Toy Corporation in 1980. This is a picture of his first prototype. As you can see, it's only wooden and it doesn't really have all the colors. But the first Rubik's Cube was sold in 1974 in Budapest, a toy shop over there. Since the Rubik's Cube is a simple and yet very complex thing, it still affects people of all ages. According to the World Cube Association, more than 300 Rubik's Cubes have been sold worldwide. So if you were to get all the Rubik's Cubes and like put them on top of each other, that would stretch from like the North Pole to the South Pole, and that's a lot. But at the height of a Rubik's Cube's craze in the 1980s, it was estimated that about 1/5 of the whole world had used these Rubik's Cubes. Rubik's Cubes have gotten so popular that there are national and international speed cubing competitions, and they are held regularly since 2003. These cubeholics are people who have addiction of Rubik's Cubes, and they also can suffer from Rubik's wrist and Cubist thumb, which they obtain from cubing. So I guess, you know, like video games, you play so much, it hurts your thumbs. I guess they get that with Rubik's Cubes too. But the World Cube Association runs competitions where players have to solve the cube traditional way. So that's like, you probably have seen people do it, as the one I showed earlier. It was like, they just look at it, they get like 15 seconds to look at it, and then they try and figure it out. And this is actually what the Rubik's Cube looked like. See the magic cube. But, and the way a competition works is, you get your cube, judge scrambles it up, then he brings it back to you, but it's covered. And then once, they'll give a timer of 15 seconds that you get to look at it, and then after that you just have to solve it as quickly as you can. And then, now I'll talk about some interesting facts about the Rubik's Cube. A standard 3x3 by 3 Rubik's Cube, like the ones right there, has 6 colored sides, 21 pieces, and 54 outer surfaces. This means that there are more than 43 quintillion possible configurations. And I know when I heard quintillion, I didn't really know how big of a number that was, but here, I'll just show you. So it's a really big number, but and then in 1982, the Rubik's Cube was so popular that Rubik's entered the English dictionary. And the biggest Rubik's Cube in the world on display is in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's 3 meters tall and weighs over 500 kilograms. And then they also came out with more like the traditional 3x3x3. They also have like 4x4x4s, 5x5x5s, and then like even like triangle-shaped ones and stuff. It's crazy. And then the current world record for a single solve is 7.08 seconds by Eric Akerdick in the 2008 Czech Open. This is a picture of like the 2x2s, 3x3s, and so on. 7x7 is the very bottom over here. And then I'd like to show one last clip of the fastest one. So, Tom. Restart that. And this is that guy with the fastest one, the actual clip. So he got 15 seconds to look at it, and then he just put his hands down to see, and then he starts doing it. And that's what a competition would like look like. And that's what he said.
Oh, wow.
So next time maybe you're bored and you need a challenge, I guess a Rubik's Cube is just the thing for you.
And then keys going because he wants to use the screen.
You have your evaluation for me? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I've got it right here. I'm writing on it. I didn't look up and see that it was you. I thought it was Ishmael handing me his stuff, you know, because he's about to speak. And then I looked up, oh, wait, no. I thought the thesis was really clear. You need to work a little bit figuring out that whenever you've got this technology stuff going on, it's always a complication, and that's just something that you need to prepare a little bit better for. The video clip at the beginning I thought was pretty solid to get our attention, but you need to kind of have a lead-in for it and an explanation, a transition, so that it doesn't sit there like dead time while all of that's going on. I thought you did a better job on the exit when that worked out. There's not really any preview. The content is pretty good, although it's not structured as clearly as it should be. It sounds like it's chronological for the most part. You want to be giving us some source citations for the information that you're presenting. On presentation issues, you generally face in the direction of the audience. When you turn your back, it's only for the one thing, to write on the board. Your gestures are a little bit limited. You got your hands in your pocket, and sometimes it's a little awkward because of the notes in your hands. But I thought your facial expressions are quite animated when you're talking about the 43 quintillion number. You look pretty damn amazed about that. Your eye contact is also inconsistent. Like I said, when you look at the audience, I think you do pretty well, but you have a lot of times that you're looking away, checking notes, or figuring out what's going on the overhead, and so it needs to be a little more consistent. The biggest problem on the vocal issues are timing things. Sometimes the pace seems a little lethargic. Sometimes there are dead spots. Needed to be rehearsed a few more times, I think, so that you can get through it more fluently, and then it wouldn't be a problem. All right, thank you.